Hobby Now with ZiggyNo. It is December 13th, 2023. Got a lot to share with you tonight, talking about what's going on in the hobby in the last week or so. Here are the topics we're going to hit on tonight. Thanks for stopping by, subscribing, listening to the channel. Hopefully you're listening to this on podcast. I think we're podcasting this. You let me know. Are you in the podcast world? Can you tell me? I don't check that. I don't know how to check that. Talk about football cards. Are they dead? Are they dead? Neo said football cards are dead. People are getting slaughtered in them. PSA. PSA is an elite membership. You get 48-hour grading. PSA also is doing that thing with Blaz. We'll talk about PSA. And Tag with PSA. Selling cards and the challenges in doing that, especially in this down market. And I'll give you some of my personal experience selling cards right now. First year or prospect cards versus rookie cards. And I'm going to start with the Babe Ruth as the example. The Baltimore Babe Ruth card that sold for $7.2 million versus his rookie card. Now, his rookie card is not as worth as much as his first year card. Why is that, right? SGC launching a podcast. Talk a little bit about that. ESPN and their impact on sports cards. And we can't not talk about Tom Brady, and Bowman, right? One of one's already been hit. We're going to talk about Disney Chrome. Yeah, Disney Chrome cards. Disney Chrome cards. I just did Disney Funko drop the other day. We'll just not to bring it, are we chroming everything, man? Is everything gonna be chromed out? And is that a good thing or bad? I don't know. We'll talk about that as well. So again, thank you very much for being here. I really do appreciate all the support. Got some really good feedback on the channol. I've tried to loosen up, make this more, probably closer to an hour. I'm trying to keep it under an hour, 45 minutes, maybe target. I'm doing shorts during the week. I am going to be doing the Card Hunter starting in January. This is going to be my personal experience chasing cards, my experience buying, selling, trading, but really just buying breaks, selling cards, grading cards, selling cards. That's what it's going to be. I don't do much trading, and I only buy breaks. And the Card Hunter is going to show you how to do that. My weapon of choice, the PYT. Pick your team. That pretty young thing. I know you guys are out there going, PYT, pretty young thing. No, pick your break. Pick your team. Sorry, pick your beat. P. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's talk about first. Enough, relaxing introduction. Football cards being dead. I saw this video from Neo, and I'll just say I enjoyed this video. He's basically talking about how quarterbacks are getting slaughtered. Why do people do football cards? Blah 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 blah. And I'll even say I did a video like this similar, probably about a year ago, just simply pointing out, guys. I don't know why you get hung up in this. Why you think year after year like this is going to be your guy. You have a 1 year, 2 year window on a football quarterback. If he hasn't done it or going to do it, he's over. Move on. Now, there are, and recently, especially with COVID, there's been some rejuvenation, some bucking the trends, some things that have not been normal to football cards. But nothing's changed in the sense that you're overpaying for these big rookies in the beginning. And I understand why, because everybody thinks that the big rookie they're chasing could be the next, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, where they can make a lot of money off him. I mean, there are a lot of people, guys, who made a lot of money off of Patrick Mahomes. Those stories, they inspire others. They like legends. They're like lore that encourage the sports card hobbyists to chase the last Patrick Mahomes. I can tell you guys stories about my Patrick Mahomes cards. I had tons of Patrick Mahomes cards. Okay, tons of them. I had an RPA to 99, pulled in a break, sold it. Okay, at the time, I was chasing Kareem Hunt. At the time, I was a collector. I was PCing. A little bit of an investor, but that was many years ago. But I can tell you stories about that. But what I want to talk about is football cards today. Because here's my thing. I've actually been looking at my New Year's resolutions. And this year, I kind of just, with everything going on, I decided to embrace baseball. So I was learning about baseball. I learned about Topps, Chrome, Series 1, Series 2, Bowman Draft, Bowman. And I got to experience it. I pretty much taste it all. Did the Montgomery Club, tour experience. Bought a box when I could. Profitable by that as well. I think I made out pretty well on that. Again, I don't show my profits immediately. Like I don't open a box and sell it immediately and say, I got my money back. I look at how much I can sell of it. When I grade it, when it's going to come back, I look at its life cycle. Like it gets put into the system for me. But right now, things look really good with that. I haven't even touched on some stuff. Like I quick graded the Montgomery set they sent me and sold those off and paid my Montgomery membership. It was pretty easy. But here's my thought on football cards and why I think right now, actually going to 2024, they're the strongest part of the hobby. And this is totally crazy because I've always been pretty hard on football. I'm more of a basketball guy, but I really do think going into 2024, that the strongest is going to be football, because I do think Panini's going to continue to make them. I think Topps is going to get involved, or they're going to put pressure on it, right? Whether they take all those athletes and they have them sign exclusive to them. Here's my thought on this, guys, for everybody. No one's saying this either. I don't care if Fanatics signs every goddamn number 1, 2, 3, 4 quarterback to exclusive licenses and does not make licensed products. I'm okay with that. You know why? Because it's going to make what's out there, the prisms, the refractors, it's going to make those chaseable and more valuable. And here's the cool thing that I don't know why no one's saying this. Why can't you take those same cards over to CJ, over to Caleb Wilson, whatever the hell next year, in these in-person, autograph sessions, and just get them autographed? Do you not see that marketplace is going to be there? In fact, you want to talk about buy the card, not the box. That's once you get these cards, I'm telling you, this is going to be the market. And I'm saying this from experience. Last year, Trevor Lawrence and Fields and somebody else, I think Hurts, were all in the DC, Philadelphia area, New York area. You could have hit them all in a car ride. So if CJ's in the area and I've got 10 of his, Panini, Prism, Donruss, whatever the hell, rookie cards, shiny ones, number cards, and I take them to him and get them autographed and get a little, certificate, send them up to PSA, boom, I'm good. And it's not just me. The market will take care of that, guys. I don't need the manufacturers to do that for me right now. That's like a huge gap that's been creating. And call me crazy. Oh, Ziggy, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm going to try it. Tell me I'm wrong. Okay, and I'm not the only one trying that. It's like, I don't know why it's such a big deal. And again, even if it doesn't happen, second thing is, I can't believe Fanatics are going to sit on those quarterbacks and not do anything. They're going to make a product. I do believe that in 2024, in the first half of that, we're going to see a product that's going to catch CJ and Bryce and Levis or whoever these guys were. I do think they're going to be part of the some plan for Fanatics. But again, that's my feeling with football. Football, I'm strong on. I love the fact Panini Prism's coming out. I'm bummed it's delayed, but I'm excited about it. In fact, I'll talk about this. I've really decided to focus 2024. First thing I'm going to do, one of my resolutions, I'm only going to acquire cards in breaks. Not going to buy retail anymore. That's a real hard for me. The retail is where I've been spending money. I'm not going to buy retail anymore. I didn't buy singles anyway. And I did buy some boxes direct from Montgomery Club. But even that, I think I'm going to stop or limit. I might stay with it because I expect the Montgomery Club could start including NBA and NFL. And God damn, I'll be pissed if I miss that. So I might keep the Montgomery Club, but I'll be a little more tight about what I buy with it. But my plan is to go after breaks only, and specifically football breaks. Now I will do baseball breaks, I will do basketball breaks, but I'll be against selective. And it's all be about checklist, product, rookie class, teams, cost, availability. All those factors will come into my attention, and I'll document that on the Card Hunter. But that is why I'm super excited. I'm very bullish about football coming in 2024. Now, what I will say real quickly, guys, you got to let go of some of these busts. And I don't mean bust as in they're not going to have a great career. They're just going to be Marinos and Kirk Cousins and Ben Roethlisberger's, great guys, maybe won 1 or 2 Super Bowls, right? But they're not the Bradys. They're not the Mahomes. And what I'm referring to is Josh Allen, Burrow. He's not coming back twice to go 2 Super Bowls. And if he does, he's not going to win 2 or 3. He might win 1 if he gets lucky. He's over. Okay. There's nobody really out there who excites me right now. And I'm biased. I'd probably say I'm excited about CJ because I'm chasing this class. And like I said, I chase the class. I don't care about what he does in the future. I just want to get him now. Get him now. Next year, you got a bunch of them. I want to get him now. Get them all. So baseball is strong. Very, very excited. In-person autographs, guys. Let's just go do that, right? I'm going to be looking when these guys are signing. I'm even going to reach out to that Powers guy and say, Powers, are there private signings for CJ? Do I need to send cards to you? How do we do this? There is a market for that shit. Forgive me. Okay, let's talk about PSA. I think I was watching If Sports Cards, and he talked about he's a big PSA guy. Actually, I think it's great. I'm not going to knock him. It's almost convinced me to do the PSA membership. I'll go back and forth on it. I think going to 2024, I'm still going to stay with my subber. I haven't made the 100%. I like what's going on with using my subber. And really, it's just about time. I really think I don't have the time to be doing my own submissions. PSA has an elite membership, I guess, for certain people, and it will allow them to get cards graded within a 48-hour window. That's pretty damn cool. Like if my subber's doing that, or a subber has that access, that's a little game changer. And I appreciate PSA doing that. Like personally, would I chase that? To some degree, if I knew about that, I probably would take advantage of it in some rare instances, especially with football, because timing is very important in football. But right now, as I think about going into where I'm going, I don't think I'd do it right now. I'd probably use that type of service next year in the fall, right? I was chasing certain products or got certain cards that I was going to grade. What else would I say? Oh, I watched two interesting videos this week on tag and PSA. One was a guy who took some, I want to say they weren't old cards, but I want to say maybe like the 80s that were like PSA 6s and 7s and 5s or whatever. He sent them the tag, and tag gave him basically the same grades. So it was a nice verification that tag's grading was similar to what PSA was. They were in sync with each other. I found that pretty eye-opening. I was like, wow, I don't know who to give more credit to, tag or PSA. Then I saw a video, I think it was Splendid, who was showing a PSA 6. I want to see a Larry Bird green card. PSA 6 that he sent the tag, and tag gave it a 909, which is a 9. And I have to tell you, here's my thought, and I've said this since the beginning, since I saw tag. Honestly, tag, I know you guys don't want to hear this shit, but this is what you should be doing. You should be offering a soft grading service. Very similar to me sending my cards to a pre-screener or a wiper. I send them to you. You give me an electronic scanning evaluation of the card. It's a 909. And I get an email back. I have three options. Option 1, slab it. Option 2, send it to PSA. I'm not even bullshitting you. Just have you send it directly to PSA for me. And option 3, send it back to me. That would be the best service tag could offer. If you offer that, honestly, you offer that, or an AI company offered that, I don't know why we wouldn't take advantage of that. I've seen people looking for this pre-grading, pre-screening services. We're all paying some wizard to tell us another wizard's great. Give me an AI that gives me a report. And that's why I'm even saying this. This is why I tell you what's freaking would be, I think, game changer, guys. Again, I send my card to tag. Tag scans it. It's a 945. Okay. That doesn't mean it's a PSA 10. Doesn't mean it's a PSA 9, but it's a 945. So then I have an option. Send that to PSA. Send to PSA. And they could get access to the report and check it themselves. You know what? We see that. We're going to roll it to 10. After they visually confirm it, right? Just give them, PSA, the link back to the tag report. I don't know why. And I'll tell you this too, tag, PSA. I know why you don't want to do that, right? Because if you were to buy the technology, then people start questioning, oh, what about other cards PSA graded before? So that's what I'm telling you guys. If PSA and tag created a relationship where PSA said, hey, we accept them from subbers. Hey, the subbers an AI company, called tag. I don't give a shit. Send it to me, right? HGA, if you're out there and you really have AI soft grade a card. Again, give me the report. Says slab it to the card that you have for my PC, customized HGA slab. B option, send it to PSA, or C option, send it back to me. I give the C option because if you're not going to send it to PSA, send it back to me so I can send it to PSA. You told me right now, according to your AI, it's a freaking 9.5, right? I'm going to send it to PSA and see if they give me a 10 on it. I'm just telling you guys, I think that's a great opportunity business idea. So I saw that with watching the tag videos and watching PSA this week. I'm thinking, I'm going to share that with my audience. Babe Ruth card sold for 7.2. I think we talked about this last week. I heard a conversation from Victor Rookie Dude talking about this, and he was asked about if it's the rookie card. Here's the thing: I don't know why anybody's not saying this, and I made a short on this. The first year, and I'm going to say season year, not calendar year, season year of the sport, that professional, and that's what I'm saying, he's a professional, is wearing the professional jersey and playing on the professional team is his rookie year. Cards that are manufactured during that calendar year that coincides with his playing rookie year should be considered rookie card, period. Everything else before that, like has Babe Ruth had a card and an Oriole uniform like 10 years before he's even, I don't know, not 10, but many years before he's in a Yankees uniform or a Red Sox uniform as his rookie card, I don't care. And even today, when you look at all the cards that are coming out, like CJ Caleb or whatever his name is, right? He's got cards out. He just had a college year, and now he's going to go play professional next year. So what are all the cards coming out? How many prospect years we're going to have? Not that devaluing them, but we got to recognize there is a reason why there's only 1 year that a company or an individual has a rookie year. Because if you didn't, if you never had the rookie year, guys, the manufacturer would make every year special. Every year would be special. This is his freshman year. This is his sophomore year. This is his junior year. We're in our senior year. We're in our second senior year. You know, they just continue to pack shit on you. So remember that. The rookie year is important. That's why I personally am a fan of buying the rookie. It's what's been ingrained in our minds too. Like when people come to the hobby, when they come blindly to the room, they know nothing else. They know, I've heard the rookie cards are very good, right? It's like if you've never had wine, you're like, I've heard that white wines are very sweet, right? You have some common knowledge, something that's been shared to you culturally about sports cards. So I'm going to again say, there's a big difference between it. Now, here's another thought I had on this. Going back to the Babe Ruth, right? Remember I told you that like there were all these bids, and then like on the last day, the room opens up and one bid happened. Here's what I'm thinking, guys. Was that a shill bid? Was that a shill bid? Like, and what I mean by that is like, it's like a bunch of, guys are in the room, a bunch of pit bulls in the room, and the first pit bull barks, "Arf!" and no one else barks. So that pit bull wins, right? Like, he's the champ. So all these $1 million bidders are in there. Let's say there's 5 of them. They all get in the room, and the first goes, well, I'll throw a bid out just to get this thing going. 7.2. Yeah, go ahead, man. And everybody there just goes, yep, I'm good, walks away. And he's like, really? Shit. Like he it's not a mega bid. He just shill bidded the bitch thinking he's going to go up more, and he wasn't going to really have this. And, I'm just wondering, like, was the 7.2 a shill bid? Anybody think about that? Because there was only one bid made that night on the closing night of the first card for Babe Ruth. Speaking of that, change a little topic here. I did a show on this as well. Somebody talking about Grail cards. How much is a Grail card to be? I think I heard Cajun Cardboard say this, and I like Cajun Cardboard, but boy, this rubbed me wrong. It should be worth $25,000. My first thought, honestly, guys, and I love you all. I really do. I love you all. Any fucking idiot who spends $25,000 on a card, you got more problems, dude. You're delusional, okay? You are seeing more than just like, you are like literally Monty Python. It's only a flesh wound. I can bite your kneecaps off. I mean, what are you thinking, dude? $25,000 for a card? Who does that? Well, Cajun Cardboard does. When I heard him say that, I just thought, how fucking arrogant. To me, let me say this. I think that you could obtain a Grail card through hustling and working up and trading, or hitting it in a break, or opening a box that's an amazing card that's a Grail to you, like a number 99 first prospect rookie card that becomes worth $10,000, or those could be considered Grails. You went out, you quested for them, you searched, and you found them. But spending $25,000 and buying a card, dude, that is no Grail to me, sir. That is a freaking bought a can of tuna. Now, let me go back to my point on this. It bothers me that the term Grail is even used. What is a Grail? I just want you to think about this. There's two, Grail. I think there's a Grail you wore, the Knight Armor Grail, and you have like the Grail, which is like, we're referring to the Holy Grail. The reason I bring this up is when we use the term Grail, Grail is something that was never obtained, and if obtainable, it was so holy and so sacred that you would quiver in its presence, like you'd melt as a human being, like it's the Holy Grail, the life giver, the cup of immortality. I think it melted the Nazis. Did it melt the Nazis in that Lost Raiders of the? You know what I'm saying? But today, it's like everybody gets a Grail. It's like the trophy generation. Everybody gets a C. Everybody goes to college and passes generation. Everybody gets their Grail. No. No, I don't believe that. Again, to me, I will never, ever obtain a Grail. What would be a Grail card to me? I don't know. A Grail card to me would be, I guess, me hitting that Gator. Would be me hitting that Brady card in a box. That'd be a Grail card to me, right? You hit that Brady, and I'm talking about the 1-1. That's already been hit, but the 12 or 50, that's a Grail-like card to me. If I was in a break and hit that card, Grail-like. If I'm in prison football and I hit the C.J. Stroud Prison Black Finite, Grail card. Those are Grails to me. And could I, and if I had them, like the peasant that I am, I should take that mighty grail and bring it to a rich pope and sell it to him so that I can get money and he can take the holy grail. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you guys? Anyway, hope that makes sense to me. I just think this whole grail thing is such bullshit. I'm the trophy generation. Everybody gets it. Anyway, I will say, back to the Ruth card, it is the third SGC card. And, SGC does talk a lot about that. I was watching SGC, and Peter's coming out with launching a podcast. And I thought to myself, what the fuck's taking you so long, man? Just get on the freaking microphone and do a podcast. Gator. Sorry, guys. Damn dog. Just start the podcast. And it made me think to myself, they're overproducing this thing. They're spending so much time, energy, and effort into making this podcast that I don't know. Can they deliver on it? Like, did they make a registry yet? I don't know. It's like they talk about something. I don't know. I'm just gonna say this: they're doing a podcast. I'll be watching. I'm excited to see what they do. But I think I'll say that ESPN's impact on sports cards. I was thinking about this the other day. It seems to me like Dak's cards have been going up recently, and don't you notice ESPN's talking a lot about Dak Prescott? I don't know. And then I talked about this earlier. Connor Bedard hockey cards doing stronger than they had before, and they're on ESPN all the time. And you know who's not on ESPN as much anymore? And they still are. NBA. NBA's doing more. I'm just wondering the impact of ESPN and sports cards. In fact, here's another tie-in. I was listening to Card Talk about today. And they said that, in the past, like a casino can't be a sponsor of an athlete, right? Like MGM, I think this was what it was. MGM can't sponsor Michael Jordan, LeBron James. But ESPN can. And ESPN now is in betting. See how that line just blurred? That's not good. That's not good at all. Last topic I'm going to talk about, and to be a little update on what I'm doing in the hobby, then I'll talk about what I'm doing in the hobby. Tom Brady and the Bowman cards, right? We're going to talk about Tom Brady and the Bowman cards in just one moment. I think I got to get my little guest back with my little co-star here. Thank you guys for hanging in there. I'm going to talk a little bit about Bowman, and Brady. I have to say that the advertisements were great. I really thought ESPN would talk about the Brady Day and the Brady card. I mean, the fact they had Eli Manning in the commercial made me think to myself, this isn't bad. I mean, like, I think, who was it? Nia did a video about this, you got to at least applaud Fanatics for doing more in advertising. That budget alone had be more in advertising for Fanatics than it's had in the previous few years between all three manufacturers, right? There's no doubt in my mind about that. Luke is going to go directly for the microphone. He does not like the microphone on Daddy's head. I did see, too, that the 1 of 1 was already pulled, and the breaker pulled it was not on Fanatics Live, and it wasn't some major breaker. So that's kind of cool to see. I will say that card is not worth as much money as the 12 of 50. The 12 of 50, the $500,000 bounty is going to be more than any card in this lot. In fact, it'd probably be spent more than any card this lot ever is. I don't think even any of the prospects will hit that for their superfractors or their 1-on-1s. I can't see them going that high. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but the big chase card is still out there. And I'm also seeing all the refractors that are selling on eBay and in the market for it. Is it a gimmick? It is, but it makes me think to myself, if I look back when they announced this in the beginning of the year, I gave them criticism because I guess it was during Topps Day. They talked about, we're going to do Tom Brady cards and draft. I'm like, well, isn't that the end of the year? Like, they're talking about it now. And the first Bowman release was coming out, right? Where everybody's chasing Andrew, who was it? Drew Jones, and the bounty on that, right? And the year has been a year of bounties, a year of interesting twists and changes and new products. And I say that like Bob Ross's and not black and white, but Bob Ross, and some other stuff that came out. So a lot of chrome, sapphire, everything, right? Yeah, chrome this, chrome that, sapphire it, sapphire it, sapphire it. So, and it makes me think to myself what we're going to see coming in the future. Every time I saw something happen in baseball, I thought to myself, how cool will this be when it's in the NBA or when it's in football, right? Like the logo fractors that they're doing in baseball, I cannot wait for NFL Shield fractors, right? Or NBA Logo Man fractors cards. I'm also excited. Look, I know we tease about the taco fractor. I'm not going to go on a whole rant here about looking at the year that passed, but I'm talking about the chroming and the chroming everything. Because I'm going to talk a little bit about Disney Chrome, which I saw was announced on the UK Topps site today. Not in the US, and I tried to order it from the UK, and I'm not allowed to order it from the UK site. It looks like it's a UK exclusive, but all this chroming coming. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. Like I will tell you, Panini had a dozen different products, but they had one prism. Does that make sense? There's like one prism product, and then they have optic, and they have flux, and they have illusions, and they had all these other things, but there's only one prism. It's like Topps has chrome. Everything is chromed. It's all chromed out. And then if it's not chromed out enough, it gets sapphire chromed. Right? Do sapphire paper? Is there any sapphire paper? Is that something we're seeing in the new year? Sapphire paper, Lukey? What do you think about that? Yeah, well, that'd be crazy, right? Those are my thoughts though on the whole Bowman thing. I mean, first of all, I will say this in my card hunter, I talk about how I did not do breaks of Bowman draft this year. I like Bowman as a great product to break because you can buy into it, put some cards away, chase a couple players, a couple teams, and then wait a couple years, wait seasons to see how things go. Now though, with the urgency in the hobby to make money, to show value, people are quick to sell, quick to grade, prices decline. I think they have a quicker steep drop off. So, like I said, I'm going to fade away from these more baseball products. Like I'll give you an example. I don't plan on doing Series 1 at all. I really don't. I'm going to try to stay away from Series 1. I'm going to chase Series 2 hockey, but I'm not going to do Series 1 baseball. And baseball wise, I'm probably going to wait. I hate to say it. I'll probably do Bowman, right, in the spring. And then I'll be waiting for Bowman Chrome in freaking the fall. Like it could be a long baseball season, but there's a lot of football coming out, a lot of basketball products coming out. And I do think you could see football and baseball chrome products, right? Football and basketball chrome products coming out. So those are my thoughts on the whole Bowman craziness going on there in hobby. Last thing I'm going to quickly talk about is what am I doing? As I mentioned, I'm selling some cards on ComC. I did some eBay auctions through ComC where I sold some Lorcana cards, and I'm going to do more of that. And it's kind of cool. I'm using ComC more. I really have a system down where cards coming in, most of them are either going to ComC or they're going to graded. I used to, I used to do other things with them. I used to, I won't say give them away, but I used to do more local selling, batch lot selling, stuff like that. Now I'm going to probably do donations. It'll be a donation bin for stuff I don't want, and then everything else will go to ComC. So if it's not ComC valuable, it's going to get donated. It's kind of way to look at it. There'll be 3 piles. Junk, which is not really junk, ComC, and then stuff that gets graded. And as I said, looking at breaks, actually have an update Sapphire break I'm in. Did a Prism Monopoly break, did a Donruss football break, might do another Donruss football break. I like that product a lot. I want some paper cards to sign. Looking for Prisms will be January 3rd, so it gives me a lot of time to plan for that. I mean, actually, that's 3 whole weeks, so that's a lot of time. I'll also be watching what comes out in baseball and how the rest of the season, as far as the last year this time, I remember baseball, they were just jacking products out every damn week, it seemed like. It felt like Topps trying to make their number. I don't think it's gonna be like this year. Although let's see them drop some surprise products. I don't know. That CJ Stroud autograph card they did, the Belichick autograph card they're doing right now. That's another great cool thing they're doing. Now it is all gambling. As Neo kind of said, he just want to take a shot, buy a lotto ticket. That's definitely what it is, and I can understand that. I can respect lotto tickets. And again, enjoying the hobby, guys. Enjoying the hobby. Hope you enjoyed this week. Hobby Now. Like, comment, subscribe. More topics next week. Lots of things in my mind. Want to talk a little about transient nature of the hobby, and like why certain channels are growing and others aren't. Right? Like some channels can bust up to 7,000 subscribers overnight, and other channels have been out there for years and can't break 1,000 subscribers. It shocks me. Why is that? What's going on? Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks again, guys.